Hello, listeners. We have a great show for you today. The topic of today's show is the vice greed and how it has affected people of society throughout history. We have two guests on the show today that have both been affected by their avarice. As a result of this, both men have turned pleasant lives into turmoil due to their great aspirations. Please welcome our first guest, Pacom, a small landowner who lost everything in an effort to gain more. Now, Pacom, can you please tell your life story?
Thank you for having me on the show. I was very foolish in my life. I had a nice life, one that I was content with, but I desired more. I had a nice piece of land, sufficient for farming, enough to provide for my family, but my desire for more land caused my downfall. I bought a larger plot of land, and it seemed that everything would be fine, but with more land came more responsibility and problems. All I seemed to chase my whole life was land.
Pacom, do you think that at this point in your life, your desire to own more land became the sole priority in your life? And was this the start of your downfall?
Yes, at this terrible time in my life, all I thought about was land. It was like a disease. I couldn't control myself from wanting more. I tried to fight it, but my greediness overwhelmed me, and I couldn't save myself. And in the end, I died from my excessive greed of wanting more land, and no one was to blame but myself.
Thank you, Pacom, for that heartfelt story. Our next guest, whose greed also led to his demise, is World Series of Poker champion and recovering drug addict and alcoholic Jim Shorts. Jim, can you please tell your story?
I can easily relate my life to Pacom's. Even though we lived in different time periods, my life was not just good, it was great. I became the youngest World Series of Poker champion, and let's just say I made enough money to last a lifetime. But after the tournament was over, I could not resist the urge of gambling and essentially winning more money. My greed for money is what kept me in the casinos. At first I was winning, sometimes up to $20,000 in one night. I couldn't get enough of the money. I went on a cold streak. The more I lost, the more I bet. My wife left me, took the money I had left, and took the kids. I turned to the bottle, both the ones filled with alcohol and with pills. They found me in an alley drunk and unconscious. I am now 2 years sober and content with the life I have. I will not allow my greed to ruin my life again.
Thank you, Jim. I appreciate both of you for being on the show. As you can see, whether it's land or money, greed has been a negative influence in people's lives throughout history. And remember, avarice is the root of all evil.